today to talk to you about the exciting parts of home buying. There's so many different things you're going to go through when you're in the home buying process. And one of those things is actually being in the contract to buy the home. And it's an exciting time. If you can't tell, I get a little excited about it. And I'm excited for all of you going through it. But with the excitement comes some other feelings sometimes. And so we just wanted to take some time today to just kind of chat about what to expect when you're in contract to buy a home. Typically, the average contract is going to last about 4.5 weeks, might be a little shorter, might be a little bit longer, just depending on your transaction. We've done 2 videos. The first one about the first week of being in contract, what to expect typically in the second week of contract was the other video. And this week we are talking about what to expect on the third week of being in contract on the typical transaction. So this may not fit your purchase to a T, but it is a good model to kind of help you through. Now, in the third week, we are just kind of cleaning up all the little bits and pieces to get you to what's called the closing table. That's where you sign all your documents in that final push. And with the lender, what that's going to look like is a lot of cleanup from underwriting, and hopefully not a lot, but a little bit of cleanup from underwriting. And what that means is that we have gotten all the documents that show your income, your assets, your debt, and your credit in a package the way an investor wants to see it, so your loan product, and we've sent it to a person who is qualified to sign off on loans for different loan products, and they're called an underwriter. And the underwriter does their review and then sends back a list to your lender saying, looks good. Here are the little bits and pieces of paperwork that we need just to make sure that any questions we have will get answered and that the loan product will be satisfied with us actually completing this transaction. So typical things we see requested from an underwriter that didn't get asked for upfront is like, you have 2 years and 8 months of address history, but the loan product requires 3 years. Can we get the other 4 months of address history? Super small, probably should have been picked up beforehand, but there's so many bits and pieces to the transaction that sometimes those little things slip. Another thing we see frequently is, hey, looks great. Can you get us the home insurance policy? Which is normal not to have in the first time it goes to the underwriter, but something we definitely want when we go back to the underwriter for final loan approval. So you would be expecting in the third week of the transaction either to be in the what's called the queue for underwriting, so you're going to be reviewed, and then hopefully by the end of the third week, you're hearing from your mortgage loan originator saying, hey, we went through the underwriter review, they thought it looked great, here are the little bits and pieces that we want. And it's super critical that you get those to the lender as fast as possible, because the faster you get it to the lender, the likelihood is the faster you're going to be able to own your new home. Now, that's with the lender. With the real estate agent, you're probably just going to be doing a check-in. So at this point, you should have already had the home inspection, requested repairs. The seller should be working on those. You've signed most of the documents that the real estate agent needs from you. So at this point, the check-in is just, hey, is there anything else that you need from me? Hopefully your real estate agent is actually doing this check-in with you, but there's typically not a whole lot going on between you and your real estate licensee or your real estate agent at this point in time. There is a whole lot of backing. All right. Boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes, anyone? Or maybe you decided to donate things. This is where you start figuring out, are we getting a U-Haul? Do we have enough friends with pickup trucks? How is everything getting out? What is going? What is staying? Those are the kind of things in the third week you're doing, but you're actually doing the muscle work. So you're getting out those muscles, you're getting out the tape, and you are packing everything up. If you are currently renting and you've come out of the underwriting process, this is also the time where we say you might decide that you want to give notice to your landlord. Now, before the underwriter reviews the file, my team is super hesitant to say, oh yeah, go ahead, give notice, because we've just seen too many things over the years. I've been doing this over a decade. And unfortunately, I have seen people who choose to give notice to their landlord way too early in the transaction. And then they unfortunately end up homeless. Seriously, homeless. And we on the lending side do everything we can to get them into their house as fast as possible, but we don't control everything in the transaction. So this is the point where, and so 3 weeks in, if you've been through the underwriter said, yeah, everything is looking really great. You've talked to your agent and they say everything is looking great on our side and the seller is completing their repairs in a timely manner. It's where you can consider giving notice. You don't necessarily have to give notice at this point in time to your landlord, but you could. And definitely talk to the professionals in your transaction. So you have a lot going on because you're probably still working and still figuring out all the little details of your new life and packing. And those are the things to expect in a typical transaction of purchasing on week 3 of the purchase contract. I hope this was helpful to you. As always, we love partnering with people as they move from a home buyer to a homeowner who's confident in their financial future. If there's anything I or my team can do for you, feel free to private message me. We're here to help you.